Hello and welcome to a new episode of Self-Healing Infrastructure. Sorry for the delay because I promised the further episode, but last week I was busy in Amsterdam with the World Summit AI because I had to present our iitsAI solution, our Gen AI system. But now we want to go forward, so we will do the next steps and how to optimize the self-healing infrastructure and what we do to optimize the results. But the first one, what I want to do with you is to show you a new feature which we have with iitsAI, which is very crucial to that what we are doing today. So in iitsAI, you maybe know we have a Gen AI solution, and this one has workspaces. So if you go to iitsAI and log in, on the left top corner, you see this button here. And by default, all the users are going into the public workspace, but you can also create your own workspaces. And the cool thing is all of the LLMs are completely separated for each of the workspaces. So you have open source LLMs, you have GPT maybe, you can choose whatever your LLM you want to have. And it's completely dedicated RAG system also and user management system. So you can define for each of the workspaces what kind of user should join you. I will quickly show you a demo. So you go maybe here and create the HR department. So you say HR department, I want to upload very confidential data from my employees, salary information, etc. And the other employees should not see it. Therefore, when I create it, I'm the only admin here. So you can go to administration and you can add here more users. So you just type in the company mails of your accounts. And then they will be added into this workspace by default as a normal user, not as an administrator user. And then for each of these workspaces, I can select which kind of modules I want to have and also which kind of knowledge pools I want to have. So I can define here my own knowledge pools, and these are completely separated for each of the workspaces. This is very, very important because we have multiple teams. We have maybe Open Telecom Cloud clients. We have other clouds which we provide there. And so we keep the RAG systems very, very separated. For sure, some things are similar and the same, but this is a very important thing to notice. So just a short demo here. If you go to new chat, we can see here there's Code Llama, there's GPT-4o and Llama 3.7 to be instruct. But if you go to the self-healing infrastructure, it switches very quickly. You can see there's completely different models behind here. And you can see also here there's a different knowledge base there. Okay, now let's go back to the problem which we had last time. So last time we had the following problem. We had this annotation, we didn't get the public IP address for our Kubernetes cluster. The site was not publicly available. And how could it be solved? It is because this annotation is the wrong one. It needs to be a very specific annotation, which is called ELB ID. And it did it correctly, so it alerted us, says there's an issue, we don't have a public IP, here's also the wrong annotation. But when he tried to fix it on its own and create the pull request, he did it in the wrong manner. So you can see the formatting is totally wrong because he did it with SED and not with YQ, because with YQ it would be way much better. So how can we tell our tool how to use not SED, but if it works with YAML, it should be with YQ? So it's pretty simple. How we do it, we go here to our Confluence. And what I did here under tooling instruction for GPT script, I created a new page, just pressed here plus, added this new part here, working with YAML documents. Whenever you need to edit the YAML document, use the tool YQ. If it's not installed, install it. So, and there's now two ways how to get this information into our tool. So the first one is with Confluence, and then we go over to Airbyte, and we say, here's a new destination, for example, here. So every data which is coming from, it doesn't matter which system, will go automatically to this workspace. That's why workspace is so important. Self-healing infrastructure. So on the left side, you can see also self-healing infrastructure. It goes into this knowledge pool. And so we add the data here. So you can add all the source connectors, which will then import the data here. As a source, you need to define a Confluence. So here I created the new connector, said I have here my Confluence page, this is my token, and then we created such a connection here. So I just created but didn't start it yet. So we press on enabled, and then I press sync now. Yes, it takes several seconds to enable it. But now it's starting to connecting and it gets the information in there. So what is happening now? Inside our self-healing agent Kubernetes, so inside this pool, the data will be added. So everything which I added here will be automatically also added in our RAG system. So our model then, not our model, but basically our Gen AI solution knows all of the information which I gave him access to the Confluence. And you can see here I added some documents. Oh, it's already there. So the Confluence pages are already there. So that means our data is there. Then we have some more information, some TXT documents, Markdown documents. I uploaded also here about our project factory, some information. You can also just press add text content if you want just manual upload content. This is the second way. So if you don't want to use the Airbyte way, if you just want to upload some information, you can just upload files. You can just directly add some context here and do some parts here. For example, you can also edit it. You see like this is a very, very long documentation how we work with Terraform. You can just inline edit it. I would recommend to have a central documentation, something like Confluence or some other tool where you add the information so that you can reuse it. Because here it's a problem because it's completely separated for each of the workspaces. So therefore it's only dedicated to the workspaces. It's not a problem, it's a really cool feature to be honest. Because data will not be shared to other workspaces. Okay, now we added this part here. Now let's try the deployment again and let's take a look. Maybe it was a better result now. So what I do first is I say helm delete GPT script bot. It's installed, and then I say again helm install GPT script bot, and it installs it. So then we need to wait like 3 to 5 minutes. And when this one is done, then we can take a look if it has created a new branch for us, if it's alerted us, and hopefully this SED problem is be solved. So I think this is a really, really cool feature, and it provides way much more different results when you're doing it like that. So if you give it the instruction how to use tools, and it's really cool also to have this workspaces, because if you have different cloud providers, or if you have like software development, you have every time different instructions which you need to tell the tool. Oh, it's already there. So let's compare with main. Let's take a look. Load balancer YAML looks good. Fingers crossed. Sometimes it does not do the right thing, and then we just need to wait 5 more minutes till he tries it again. But let's see, maybe this one's correctly. Ah, nice. Yeah, this one looks good. Yeah, it's the same number. Yeah, yeah. Not annotation. It's properly working. Nice. He reformatted here a little bit. But what is very important is, let's take a look what he did, because we instructed him that he should use YQ. So let's go back to this one, and let's take a look at the log. Script control logs, fix my cluster, and you can see here AI ops, create pull requests, blah blah blah, blah 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 stuff. Ah, this is really interesting. You see, problem, service my load balancer ingress and names blah blah blah, blah has the annotation, blah, blah. Replace the annotation OpenStack with Kubernetes. So unfortunately it's cut off here, but he found the problem and the solution, and he knows what to do. And here you can see it uses YQ. Amazing, right? And therefore he doesn't like work with the full file. He just does what is necessary to do. So it's a full success. And again, workspace is very, very, very important here. Because with workspaces, you can really define very unique use cases also. For example, here you want in our workspace, maybe you want just to work with Kubernetes cluster. So it's more like a Kubernetes self-healing infrastructure. Then you have maybe some very cloud-specific self-healing infrastructure, and therefore workspaces is a really, really good tool to use that, because it has this cool separation of RAG system and user management. Therefore you can have maybe one team for Open Telecom Cloud, one team for your Kubernetes infrastructure, and so you can split that into different parts. Also about continue plugin, and if you want to use it, for example, for code completion, etc. Okay, thank you very much. See you next time. Bye bye.